Hey guys, this is Miss Regine from SOAR Educational Services. Today we are going to learn about composition of functions and how to do different operations with functions. So here we have been given two functions, f of x and g of x. If they ask us to add, so you will often see it written like this. That just means you need to add the two functions together. So if I'm adding them, I will just set them side by side. And then you would add the same way you learned in basic algebra 1, how to combine like term. So we have 1x squared here plus another x squared. That's going to make 2x squared. Over here we have 2x plus negative 2x. Remember, we're adding, so we have that plus sign. 2x plus negative 2x. That's actually 0, so that cancels. And then 3 plus negative 3. Oh, that's also 0. So, yeah, that cancels out. So all we have, our answer is just x squared. Now let's see if we're to subtract these two functions. So pretty much the same thing. So I'll just erase it. And you guys can pause the video and try it on your own. The only thing I will say, with subtraction, you have to be especially careful about the sign. So often I recommend putting this in parentheses and maybe even distributing your negative so that you don't forget that you are subtracting. So if we have 1x squared minus x squared, that's 1 minus 1, so that's 0. 2x minus negative 2. So we have 2 negative here, so it becomes a positive. So 2 plus 2 is 4x. And then 3 minus negative 3. So again, we have 2 negative here, so that becomes a positive. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So here we have 4x plus 6. So that was subtracting. If we are asked to multiply these two functions, it may look like this. So, you know, when two things are right next to each other, it means to multiply. So this one, let's hope we're going to have to FOIL probably. You can also do the box method if that's what you've learned in school. But I'll try foiling. So this is 3 by 3. So usually maybe an Algebra 2 class will have you doing something like this, a little more complicated. But here we have x squared times x squared. That's x to the 4th. X squared times negative 2x. That's going to be negative 2x cubed. X squared times negative 3. That's going to be negative 3x squared. So you just need to make sure you're going to multiply everything by everything that you see. Now we have our second term here. 2x times x squared is going to be 2x cubed. 2x times negative 2x, that's going to be negative 4x squared. And 2x times negative 3, that's going to be minus 6x. All right, over here, 3 times x squared. I'll line it up with this just because I'm out of space also. So we have 3x squared. 3 times negative 2x, that's going to be negative 6x. Yeah, so that's right here. Yeah, just make sure. And then 3 times negative 3, that's going to be minus 9. Finally, let's try to combine like term. I know it's a little bit disorganized, but let's look at our degrees. So x4 does not have any partner, so we're going to put x4 here. We do have a negative 2x cubed and a positive 2x cubed, so they naturally cancel out with each other. We have negative 3, but we also have a negative 4 here. So negative 3. Oh, but we have a positive 3. So those two cancel out. So we're just left with that negative 4x squared. So really what I'm doing, though, is adding everything together. So if you need to, take out a calculator and just say, okay, well, negative 3 plus negative 4, that's negative 7. But then negative 7 plus 3, that's going to give you negative 4 again. So we have negative 4x squared. And we have negative 12x minus 9. Okay, so that's our answer for how to do operation with composition of function. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.